For this log, it would be floating action button widget. So this is our preview for this log. So for the main.r file, we clean our code, then we have a debug show check mode banner to false, then we supply a title with floating action button, then we create a stateful widget called my widget and we set that into our home. Then we replace the container widget with a scaffold. Inside on it, we have an up bar with title with a text widget with a value of floating action button. For the body, we have a center with a child of column, and we set the main axis alignment to center, and we have our children. Now we will have our default floating action button here. So for the floating action button, we have a required constructor, which is the onPressed. Then we supply a child. Inside the child, we have an icon button. And then we will create a spacer. That spacer would be a cons size box widget with a height of 15. Then we will have our first custom style of floating action button. So this is the first customization of our floating action button. So for the first custom style for our floating action button, so we have a spacer with a size box widget with a height of 15. For the floating action button, we supply the background color to gray, then the hover color to black, then we give the shape with a visible rectangle border, and we give it a radius, a circular radius to 30. If we're going to comment that, have a square shape. So we uncomment that one. We give it a side with a cons border side. We give it a color to black, width to 0.5, and yeah, that's it. Then we're going to copy a spacer. Then we're going to copy again the default, our default floating action button. So we will have our second custom style for our floating action button. In our floating action button, we're going to set the background color to transparent for the hover as well, and the splash color as well. We set the elevation to 0, the focus elevation, hover elevation, and highlight elevation, and disable elevation to zeros. Then on the child, we give it an icon and we change the color to black. For the second custom style for floating action button, we create a stacked widget. Then in the children, we have a container and a floating action button. Then for the container, we wrap that a position that fill widget. Then we give the container, we give the decoration with a box decoration. Then we supply the shape, the box shadow with box shadows, and gradient with linear gradient. Then for the floating action button, we set the background color, hover color, flash color, elevation, focus elevation, hover elevation, highlight elevation, and disable elevation. Then we set the color of our icon to black. Then we're going to copy this spacer, and then we're going to paste it here. Then we will have our third custom style for floating action button. So we're going to copy our default floating action button. Then we paste it here. For the third custom style, we had a floating action button, then on press a child with the stock widget, and we set the alignment to center. Then we have a children with container and a icon. Now for the our third customization of our floating action button, we give it a background color to transparent. Then inside the stock widget, we set the alignment to center. Then for the children, the container we have for the children we have a container and the icon. So inside the container, we give it a decoration, a box decoration, a shape, and a black shadow, and also a gradient. So for the icon, we set our color there as black. So we're going to copy the third floating action button. Then we're going to copy as well the spacer, and the third here we're going to paste it there, and then we're going to replace the comment to this will be a small, and we will have here a small function. So our button our the size of our action button will be small. Then we're going to copy, not this thing here. From here we're going to copy the small um floating action button, and we paste it here. We're going to replace this comment to large, then we replace the small to large. Save that. Now we have a large a floating action button. Now we give it a test. So here we're going to copy the spacer, and then we're going to paste it here. Now we're going to have a uh, another floating action button. We're going to copy paste the we're going to copy the default floating action button here at the bottom at the bottom part. So this would be a floating action button extended. Now we have our extended action, floating action button. So here, um, this is our spacer and the floating action button extended. So this is this spacer with this size box widget, and this is the floating action button dot extended. So these are the value that you could actually use. Then to have this, you have to supply the required, which is the on press and also the label. So that is the difference between the other floating action button. You need to supply the label. So we are going to copy the first extended floating action button, and we paste it here. So we going to customize a few things, or we are going to customize the styles for our extended floating action button. For the floating action button that's extended, we have our on press, label, icon, background color, hover color, shape, and tooltip. Now, as you can see, these are our floating action button. So I guess we're done, I think. So thank you for watching.